Welcome to OzAnonymous.
The one show that spotlights our students and also answer you guys' anonymous questions.
I'm Matthews.
I'm Kiara.
And I'm Barbara.
Before we jump into our show, we'll be talking about today's headlines.
Big news was brought to the music industry late last night with the announcement of Katy Perry's pregnancy. Fans were expecting just a music video, but she delivered a baby bump as well. Then following her music video, she tweeted, "OMG, so glad I don't have to suck it in anymore."
It's crazy that Katy Perry is actually pregnant.
I think it's a great thing for her.
Yeah, I'm really happy for her, especially all the things that she's been through.
True.
Well, looks like we're going back in time with Bill Clinton reflecting on his White House scandal with Monica Lewinsky. He was recently seen in the upcoming documentary Hillary, where he stated that Monica was one of the things that managed his anxieties. Now, what do you guys think about that? I thought it was kind of strange, interesting.
I find it crazy how a situation that happened a long time ago is being brought to the light in today's era.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What's done in the dark always comes to the light, and I think it's a good thing to take into consideration.
That's
always.
true.
But do you think he should let it go and let bygones be bygones, or do you think that it was a great idea to bring it up just for the simple fact that maybe he wanted to think about and realize that what he did was wrong and possibly apologize again in front of the public and for his wife?
I feel like, yeah, it was good to bring it out now because, even though it happened a long time ago, it's still a nice refresher to let people know, yeah, I did this, it was wrong, I apologize for it, can we move on from this?
Live his truth, basically.
Yeah.
It's already brought out there.
True.
Now, how do you think Monica feels about this, though? Do you think she's annoyed? Can't you just let it go, Bill? It is what it is.
I personally agree with that, yeah. Because it's it happened a long time. Again, it happened a while ago. Let's move on from it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's bringing it up now. But I also feel like Monica, she, at the same time, she's probably going through some things herself because, think about it. This is your situation, your problem, you was in it, so it's just crazy.
It's also her reputation.
Yeah, it's her reputation as well. In political news, Elizabeth Warren ended her presidential campaign on Thursday, making her the last serious female contender to exit the race. Warren's exit represents the end of any chance a woman will hold the White House for at least another 4 years. Warren supporters saw this coming after a terrible Super Tuesday performance in which she placed third. It was only a matter of time before the last viable woman exited the race. Now, what do you guys think about this?
Now, to be quite honest, I don't follow political stuff as much as I should. But it was kind of sad to see a woman leave because I thought, that would have represented some power to see someone, who is a woman within the political world. But we constantly see this. We've seen this happen with Hillary 4 years ago. And but one thing I am happy about is to see Bernie Sanders in office. So hopefully we can feel the burn.
Yeah, it's just what I say about Hillary Clinton. We had her, we almost had her. It was going to happen, and then boom, it got taken away from us in a blink of an eye. And now we have this candidate. We almost had her. She's almost there, and then boom, taken away by a blink of an eye.
History always repeats itself some way, somehow.
Always happens, and I just hope and pray that one day we can have a woman in the White House because that would be very needed for us. Next up, we will be introducing our Student of the Week, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to OzAnonymous. Now we will introduce the Student of the Week.
Introducing our first guest, this young man has made an impact on campus and also off campus. He has started a program located in Syracuse called the My Dream Mentorship Program. This program molds young men and women into young adults and encourages them, educates them, and empowers them to chase after their dream. This program is open to young men and women in grades 6 through 12. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to OzAnonymous, James Dixon III.
Welcome,
Thanks for having me.
So James, let's just start off with what was your motivation for starting this program?
So my motivation actually comes from a couple different places. For instance, growing up in Syracuse is really tough, especially being a minority, growing up without necessarily having those correct role models inside of your life. So I wanted to break that barrier inside of our city of Syracuse and create it in a way to where they can grow up and they also will have somebody to look at, to be a role model hey, I want to grow up and be like him one day. He's not too far away from me. He's only 19, a freshman in college, and here I am, a junior or senior in high school. So if he can do it, then I'm pretty sure that I can do it.
Yeah.
I think coming from New York City, we could definitely relate and wishing we had this type of mentorship program because a lot of students we went to school with they weren't guided in the way that
Yeah.
they should have been, and
Definitely.
they fell off.
Like some of them had some goals they wanted to do in life, but they always fell off because they didn't have somebody that was pushing them all the way. So having someone like you in Syracuse doing that for the kids is actually really good.
Definitely, and that's really all it takes sometimes, just that extra person to give you that push to
Yeah.
remind you constantly every day that, hey, you can do this, keep striving, you're gonna reach your personal excellence one day.
I'm sure a lot of students are grateful for you.
Definitely.
So James, was there any obstacles you faced while starting this program, and what was the most rewarding part about having your own program in Syracuse?
So, I mean, starting a program like this definitely comes with some different obstacles. So, for instance, when I first started, I pitched out my idea on Facebook and I got around 500 likes and over 400 shares or so. And once I pitched out there that I wanted to have an informational session, I was expecting a great turnout. I was expecting at least 30 to 40 people to come. You know, our state people, the superintendent of the Syracuse City School District. However, once the date came, 5 people showed up. So it was kind of like a disappointment to me, but then again, I reflect on it with my board and I said, hey, this is something we can use as a learning experience, so let's figure out what we did wrong here today and let's go back and let's fix it again. So then 3 weeks later, we pitched the same idea, made some adjustments to our program, and then had a better turnout, had about 20 to 30 parents come out with their kids, and then after that, we just started our sessions. And then the most rewarding part is touching a lot of people at one time, honestly, because when I go through and I have my sessions with the kids, and I just look at them all, and I just see myself in them. And I'm like, hey, I was there before. I was in you guys' shoes before. It's not hard. You guys can make it. So that definitely is one of the most rewarding parts, is helping kids and letting them know, like, hey, you still have a chance at life.
I think it's amazing that you didn't let that stop you.
Yeah.
You saw the purpose in your program and you kept going and you made a difference with these young children, and you continue to do this.
Mhm.
And it's a rewarding experience because you're making a difference.
Yeah, and I also think it's great as well because that's my hometown, Syracuse. So it was pretty cool to hear that someone from our city is doing
Yeah.
something like that, making a huge impact on kids, because we don't have a lot of people who look like us who give them that influence and tell them, like, hey, you know, you can do it. Anything is possible if you're willing to put your mind into it.
Definitely.
How was like your reaction from seeing just 5 kids to then seeing almost 20 to 30 kids with their parents?
It actually just like made me feel joyful inside, because like you go from talking to literally a table full of just kids to a handful. It's like an audience as at most. It just made me feel happy inside, like, hey, I'm actually doing this. I'm doing what I said that I wanted to do. So
Yeah.
it just makes me feel really happy.
That's great.
That's
Well,
amazing.
Since you know, your team and stuff has evolved, like how are you guys working things out, and how did you go from that point on?
So I formed my team. So it's actually my best friend. I call her my sister. There's my friend Niara. She's so actually 3 of us are current. No, 3 of them are in high school. 2 of us are in college, and then 1 is getting ready to go to the Air Force. So we kind of have to like balance our time around each other, but then we also make it work around each other's schedules. So it's like, I mean, they are awesome. Like my board is there for me all the time. You know, the times that I have to be here at Oswego, they go out there and, you know, they take initiative for me. So I'm very proud of them too.
That's amazing. That's great.
Are you very confident with your team that no matter what you guys, like whatever task you guys have in front of y'all, you're gonna get it through and done?
Definitely, I'm definitely confident in that. There was a situation where I had to stay here in Oswego because my car wouldn't start or whatever, and I just basically wrote up a script for my vice president, gave her, you know, what I expected to be done that Saturday, and they went out there, executed the plan perfectly, and there were no issues.
I think it shows that an organization like this is not a one-man's job. It takes
Yeah.
multiple people, and you should be
Definitely.
grateful for having such a great
Definitely.
team and being able to get these things done.
Definitely.
Of course. So what are the next steps that you want to take to help out these young adults? Because I know you want to make them believe in their dream and go after their dreams, but what specific steps are you taking to make them achieve their dreams, and what are the steps you want after for them to keep on chasing their dreams?
Okay, so in order for our program to achieve, we obviously had to have kids in our program. So we first started off at a small boys and girls club where the kids would come to us on the weekends. However, it was during the winter months, and, you know, their parents were active, but they weren't active as in, you know, getting them to come to our program. So what I did was I took the initiative to apply through the Syracuse City School District to get our program to be an after-school program. So that way I can station me, my board members, and, you know, our extra volunteers at different middle schools throughout the city of Syracuse. So that way we can come to them, and that way they don't have to come to us. So we're still bringing our skills and everything that we want them to do in life, to achieve their personal excellence.
How long was the process for that?
The process, I mean, it took a while because you have to go through like a background check and everything like that. So I want to say around 3 months like that. So yeah.
Are you looking to expand from Syracuse to, who knows, probably here in Oswego or anywhere else?
So my goal right now is, like I said, I'm in Syracuse City School District as an after-school program. I eventually want to break away from that and have like my own building, like with my logo outside of it, so that way kids can come to us as an after-school program, but that's not at their school. But eventually, yes, I do want us to, evolve around the state and, just keep expanding as much as possible, because I know that my potential is high as much as I let it go.
Yeah.
That's great.
Is there like any funds or anything that you need for this program or that you're getting from outside organizations?
So honestly, everything comes from within our pockets itself. We do have T-shirts, and we do sell those T-shirts, help allocate funds for our program. But I mean, donations are always welcome and always accepted. So anything that we can get our hands on is muchly appreciated.
Nice. Go a long way. Now, next up, we will hear some anonymous questions from our audience. Welcome back. Now we will read some common college student questions from anonymous Reddit users. From Reddit user R College, they asked, I have 3 essays and a monologue due in less than 13 hours. How do I make this fit into my already packed schedule?
So this is a good question.
For starters, you need a Red Bull.
Yeah, definitely. I just feel like this is gonna be, this is like a situation where you're gonna have to tell some of your friends, some of the programs or organizations or clubs that you're in that like, listen, hey, can't show up today, 3 essays, I gotta get this all done, the monologue has to be done. So yeah, this is just a question that you gotta dub a lot of people.
And not only that, plan to do these essays in advance. Don't wait until the last minute, the day before that it's actually due or the night of. I know that sounds like cliche and it's kind of hard to do when you have other things going on in your life, but it's best to plan like at least in a week.
Yeah, and going off of what Barbara said, you definitely want to take time management into key, because time management is definitely your best friend. You can't procrastinate and put stuff off into the last minute, because that what gives you anxiety and like makes you fail as a college student. So definitely time management is key.
And practice doing to-do lists. To-do lists have definitely saved me this entire first semester, second semester, and being able to just know what I have to do from top to bottom is definitely, will benefit you at the end of the day, because you know this is what I have to do and this is what I have to do next.
Yeah, the one thing you wouldn't want to happen is you at 2, 3 in the morning working on 3 essays, because trust me, coming from experience, I think we can all agree, it does not work. It does not work.
Your brain stops functioning.
Yeah, it just stops.
You're gonna be like a walking zombie.
Definitely gonna need the Red Bull too.
Yeah, that's what you definitely gonna need the
Red Bull, coffee, everything.
Yep. All right, so the next Reddit question is from Reddit user LauraSar28. They asked, I'm confused with FAFSA/financial aid, so how were you able to understand a lot of it?
Honestly, I didn't. I had my parents help me with FAFSA, and they kind of didn't understand either. But here we are now, 3 years in, almost close to graduation. So I guess we figured it out.
For myself, my high school and like the community center definitely offered a lot of college workshops, and I feel like I benefited from that, learning the process that it takes, what documents I need, and just having a support system, because it's not an easy process and it's not something you should be going through alone.
I just feel like FAFSA, financial aid, all of that is something a college student, especially a first-year college student, shouldn't experience by themselves, because it's just a lot that comes with it. Like, there's a lot of money situations, a lot of like loans, and there's just a lot that comes with it. So I feel like if you're new to FAFSA, financial aid, be with somebody who's experienced on it, or if this is just like something you're already used to, like you're already used to FAFSA stuff, but you still don't get it, yeah, you're still gonna have to talk to somebody
And
about
also
it.
take your time with it. It's such a crucial process, and you have to know everything you're doing. And you don't want to make mistakes because it's financial. Like, it depends. Your college experience depends on this financial aid package, and being able to take the proper, procedures in order to get the right package is definitely important.
You just definitely have to be on top of your FAFSA financial aid, because being behind on it just doesn't work out for you or for no one else.
Yeah, but more than anything, I think one thing that they should do in high schools, especially when you're a senior, is teach you about financial
Of course.
literacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to fast food, because a lot of us, like we basically said, we're unaware of like what's going on in the ins and outs of it. So we definitely need help to understand like how it works. You know what I mean?
Since we're on the topic of FAFSA financial aid and about teaching in high school, did you guys' high school teach you guys about FAFSA financial aid before you guys came here?
No.
No.
Honestly, no, not at all. Going through the process, I try my hardest not to go through it alone because, like you said, you should always want somebody to be by your side to have you do something like that, with you. So, like in the city of Syracuse, they have like On Point for College, where you just go there after school, and then they'll sit there with you, go through the process, no matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
That they will go through it, fill out everything for you, make sure that you're getting the right funds that you need, to go to college with.
That's good.
Yeah, my school, we kind of had that same FAFSA financial aid help. It's just that we had one college counselor with 90 seniors, so he was just on top of everybody and rushing through everybody's financial aid and FAFSA and stuff. So I wish we had more help, but the help we had was, I guess, enough for us.
Or like people who experience it should be able to volunteer and help
Yeah.
those college
Yeah.
advisors
I
to get
agree.
that done.
It's just something that everybody before going to college or in college should know and should be like knowledged about. So yeah.
Definitely. Well,
Yep. From our next Reddit user, upstate_new_York. Wow, that's a really long and complicated name. They asked, as a SUNY Oswego alumni, I miss the Lakeview every day. So when you're done with SUNY Oswego, what will be the one thing that you will miss? I think I will miss my friends more than anything.
yeah.
Some of the parties too.
I just feel like being here, you feel like you have a purpose. I feel like when you're in high school, you're just learning high school criteria. And being here, you have WTOP, you have organizations that meet what
Yeah.
you want, your vision, and you're able to just express yourself through these organizations and just doing what you love because you want to. It's not, you can't follow what other people expect from you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have a couple things I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss the waffles because the dining hall has some really good waffles, so I'm
Yes.
gonna miss that for sure. I haven't been to a hockey game since I've been here, but I've seen it from the outside, like where Randall Campus Center's at, and it's not a bad atmosphere. Like everybody looks like they're into it. The hockey players, they look like they know what they're doing. They look like they practice 24/7. So props to them. But yeah, I know next semester I'm gonna be on top
We
of the hockey
have to
games.
go.
We have to go to a hockey
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be one thing I'm gonna miss seeing.
Yeah.
You, James?
I know for me, I would definitely miss my friends because it allowed me to build like a rapport with them that will last a lifetime. So I'm pretty sure like after college it'd extend out more. I'll definitely miss my TOC family. It being an education major, those meetings every Saturday definitely helps make me realize like what my why is. To continue to pursue college. I'll miss Hart Hall definitely a lot. Seeing that
Yeah.
sunrise.
So many memories.
Yeah, and I'll
there.
definitely miss
Yeah.
the snowstorms. Getting our
Yeah.
snowstorms. I definitely miss
No
those
classes.
too.
We
No
would've
classes.
missed
So
that.
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we will be ending off by playing a game to test your memory.
Welcome back to OzAnonymous. To end off our first episode, we'll be playing a memory game, but with a twist. The game goes as follows. One person will say a state. The next person will say the previous person's state plus their own. The objective is to see who can memorize the states in order without messing up.
So who are we starting with?
James, since you're the special guest, we'll start off with you. So just
Okay.
say a state,
So
then
I'm just go with the hometown state I was born in. You're gonna go with Florida.
Florida.
Florida, New York.
Florida, New York, Virginia.
Florida, New York, Virginia, California.
Florida, New York, Virginia, California, Texas.
My.
Florida, New York, Virginia, California, Texas, Delaware.
Oh, it's over.
Florida, Virginia. Whoa. I think
Yeah.
I already messed
Yeah,
up. I'm out.
All right, so Florida. Was it Virginia? Florida, Virginia, New York.
I
I'm done.
lost track.
I'm done.
3 states ago.
Was it Florida, Virginia, New York, California,
No way.
Texas, Pennsylvania?
Florida, New York, California,
No way.
Delaware, Texas, Welcome to America, guys.
Oh wait, so
One more time.
yeah,
Please.
one more time. Let's try it one more time. So let's go. I'll start off with Montana.
Montana, Florida.
Montana, Florida, California.
Montana, Florida, California, New York.
Montana, Florida, California, New York, North Carolina. Wow.
Montana, Florida, California, New York. Oh my God. North Carolina,
Yeah.
Colorado.
Boom.
Montana, New York, Florida, California, North Carolina.
You got it.
My brain's fried.
Yeah, mine is too. I don't remember after Montana.
So it was
Yeah.
all right. Montana, Florida. Was it New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
California.
South Carolina.
Oh yeah, I'm wrong. So
California.
Kara, you won this one because
Would you look at that?
Wow.
that game is. You have to have good memory to get that game
Definitely,
done. That
yeah.
was
Right.
that's
Definitely.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how do you guys feel for the first episode of OzAnonymous?
It was refreshing, you know, getting new to it, adjusting, you know, it was nice. It was a pleasure meeting James from native
thank you,
hometown.
James. Yeah.
You know.
I really enjoyed just hearing about your purpose, your organization, everything you do, and it's really an inspiration,
Mhm.
especially for us, other people watching out there, and continue to do what you do.
Yeah, and I hope your organization starts to spread because everybody needs to see the My Dream organization. It needs to be shouted out.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that so much from you guys, and I appreciate you guys for even having me as a guest on this show. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in to our first episode of OzAnonymous.
Be sure to email us your questions at ozanonymous@gmail.com. And tune in next time when we will have the Latino Student Union as our guest host. Yeah.
Good night, everyone.